Welcome everybody to the Vectorize 5G channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Starting here in just 1.5 minutes. Meanwhile, guys, I will keep you updated about what is happening now on the Club 5G, alright, on the platform. Let me bring here this screen so you can see. I have updated and uploaded 5 new extra lessons about fundamentals, about this new stage that we are going, about the 5G. So there are very 5 lessons fundamental. So it's going to explain about the 2D aspect, and as we progress, I will place more the Blender, let's say, techniques that I'm gonna use most here on this channel. So essentially, in these lessons, let's say that you're gonna watch the drawings here. I'm going to explain how important it is for you as a graphic designer or 2D artist, just as example, to understand that when you are creating any kind of visuals, you have a space, all right? Just pay attention here on this area, where I explain some fundamentals of the virtual space. That explains why we are working on the 5G, all right? Because we want to go to give a bit more depth to what we are creating. So here in this simple example, I made the head in different angles and directions, and you can see how this will affect the way that you work, all right? Yeah, so there are these explanations and others that you'll be able to watch on the Vectorize platform. So join on there, and we're gonna have much more upcoming access, guys. Okay, so for this today tutorial, we're gonna make a dragon from my very first design that I made here on this channel. Basically, I remember that I uploaded this dragon where I made, I think, on iPad using Affinity. Then I decided to make a 3D version of this. Okay, and the process that I'm gonna use is going to be using sculpt in Blender. All right, I'm gonna use sculpt because it is the fastest ways and the fastest method that we can incorporate more depth in an organic way as possible. So to start with this, I recommend you, of course, to download Blender because it's a free app, so you don't need to pay any extra fees. And here, okay, it was the dragon design that I made years ago. I think 4 years or 5. We are 2023. I don't remember exactly the time, but I love that dragon. It's one of my favorites from my YouTube. Okay, and then as usual, I'm going to get as a screenshot from this one. I'm gonna hit a screenshot, and I'm going to paste this on here in Blender. I'm gonna go to the front view. So remember, create a new document, go new, and then just Ctrl Shift and V. By doing that, you see that our photo is here. This is happening, the Ctrl Shift V is because I'm using an add-on that's called paste, copy and paste in Blender. And then I'm going to place this as reference. Okay, this is important, all right, that you understand that we are gonna use this as our guideline, all right, mainly about the shapes. Hello all. Let me say hello because I forgot to say hello to everyone. Hello Tick, hello Down, hello Jeffisu. Vela is here. Thank you for joining here, guys. Okay, I'm going to search further, right? Straight to the point. But if you feel like, hey, I can't understand this, pause the video later. Watch again, and then you progress with me. Because here we don't have a lot of time. I like to go direct to the point, so we have time to finish this in one single lesson. I hope that you guys understand my flow of doing in live stream. Okay, here we have already the dragon placed, and then I'm going to reduce this opacity. I will enable this option that's called opacity. I will reduce that. As you can see, if we reduce, we're gonna have this result. It is same like when you are using Affinity. You have a layer, and then you hit here to lower the opacity, so you can then create the, let's say, the vector and things like that. But here on on Blender, we call this as, you know, primitives objects. Primitives objects are what? Are, you know, cube, circle, spheres, things like that. Pressing Shift A, I'm gonna insert a cube. As I said and explained in others lessons that we are building, I always start most of the keys in cube. Do you know why? Because if I press Ctrl 2, this will become now subdivision modifier. I'm gonna use this a lot, so try to remember about this subdivision. So if I press Ctrl 3, 4, or 1, it's going to you know, switch between these modifiers, which is these levels here. I usually like to start with something simple like 2 or 3. Okay, and then here we go. I have the very first shape that's going to be represented by the head. I'll press S to scale, and then I'll move the mouse up. As you can see, if I press Ctrl A at this part here, can you see? Or Ctrl A, apply. Now, guys, I can deform the head shape. Can you see here in the corners? This bottom part, it is more, you know, kind of more bold. Hello, Evertonic from Texas. A cowboy character, dude. I need to be honest. Let me save this, and I need to show you this. I'll save this just in case that I lost. I call it Dragon 1. I have created some dragons before, but it was more for study. And here we are just practicing. The cowboy. I'm still applying. I'm still learning. All right, as I'm telling here, this is a design that I'm working on at the moment, learning. It's very hard to build a hat, guys. Trust me, it's really hard. But it's a cowboy. I'm thinking about a parrot, you know. But yeah, look at this. Yeah, guys. As I like to say, I'm a learner, right? And what I'm teaching you here, it's basics. It's for beginners. And perhaps for some people, I got a comment from the past week. The guy said, "Oh my gosh, you know, it's very fun to watch me, let's say, teaching Blender, having not very advanced skills," which is for me good, because I have the language that's the same language as beginner. You know, that's why I think that my tutorials are let's say friendly for beginners, because what I'm using here is just simple things, not very advanced. You can watch my lesson and you relate to that and compare with others advanced people. Here you go. Just get it back. Here I have this you know, shape, and then I will click in here in this X, because I want that this shape can now have you know, this kind of effect. You can see I will add a stick bone here, like that, and then I will decrease like this. Remember, if I click here on the image, in this image here, I can go here and let me select this image. I can click here in depth, so you can see behind it. All right, you can see the eyes behind. It depends about the process that you want to work with, but only the silhouette for me, it's enough, because I cannot see very well, you know, the, let's say, everything around. So I'm showing you this as optional, so I'll keep it like that. Guys, let's keep doing this. Here on top, I'm going to insert again a cube. I will scale down and Ctrl 2. This will be the horn. All right, the horn. Don't worry. I will just insert this and duplicate. Shift D to duplicate. I'll press F and M using the modifiers hotkeys. Remember again, you can download the free modifiers here in my club, and I still need to upload the tutorial about how you can install these items and how you can use each one of these. But essentially here, if you press M, it's going to add the mirror modifier. Okay, this mirror. Manually, you would go here in add and then mirror. Then I will mirror this based in the head shape. So if I scale this, as you can see, it's going to look like that. Very good. I will now convert this to something, you know, like mesh. Control A. Good. I'm just building, guys, the base mesh. Oh, can you see now the ear? The ear is going to look like something like that for now. Oh, here, ear. The horn. I'm going to convert this to. Click here to apply. Again, we have essentially a cube, but by using a subdivision, this is a temporary mesh. I will hit apply, and then we can now modify this as you want. Move this to top. The horn. Oh, here we go. You need to see around it in order to have a more consistent look. All right, as you can see, we are building the head shape, which is now very nice. It's a kind of silhouette, right? We are focusing on. And then I'm going to do the body shape. Again, Shift A, cube. And guys, the cube is your friend. I have here now, I will apply this for now, okay. And then I will just deform. Remember, once you start a new object, make sure the mirror is enabled. Why? Because if you change one side, it's gonna change another side. All right, make sure about that. Now I'm using mouse. All right. Tick said he couldn't sculpt because of without mouse, but I'll tell you guys, you can sculpt with mouse, but making details in very small details like line art, of course, is gonna be difficult. But I'm using mouse because the blockout stage, you can use mouse. I think it's easier, to be honest. Blockout using mouse, it's very easy. Get in practice, my friend. Here we go. The body shape, nice. I will duplicate a little bit. This will be the feet. And then I will apply the mirror because I need to mirror to another legs like that. Guys, for the very first moment when you're building, everything looks kind of hard, you know. I mean, it's in terms of ugly. Oh my gosh. I see. It's hard. Yeah, definitely it's hard. For me, for details, blockout stages, I think it's better, to be honest. Here, look how I'll make detail. You know, I will do this. Again, cube. I'll convert this cube to subdivision by pressing Ctrl 2, and then here I will go to edit mode, or edit mode. In the edit mode, guys, I will select this face by press this button that's called 3, which is the face, okay, and then you can press E, and then you can extrude, and then make this kind of a result. Let's now deform this. Just to explain, as you can see, we are making, guys, the tail by using a cube. Really, look, if I deactivate, this is the shape of the tail. All right, it's very primitive. It is very low poly. All right. Hello, Flavio. Welcome, guy, my friend. I'm going to pose this more like that. Very simple. This is a cube, as I showed you. You start always with primitive, guys. Let me move this more to here. And then look at this. I can move this to here, or increase. This will change, according to my cube. I'll apply this. I'll apply. Nice. And then this one, I will make these legs a bit bigger, something like this. Let me see, front view. the body shape, as you can see, it makes a curve. Okay, it makes a sort of curve here. The legs, it's more, I think more like that. Yeah, and by the time, of course, I will polish even more of this, but the body, it's kind of, you know, almost ready. Let's add the arms. Let's add the arms. How I can simply, I can grab, guys, I can grab from the horn or from the leg shape and do this. Look, let me place this on here. Can you see behind? That's why I like to work in that way, because I can simply, let me activate this a bit more higher opacity. The arms is here, so what I want to do is to follow that same kind of shape. This is what's important to do. It is that going to the sculpt mode, and then I can basically do this. Let's make this a bit tall, and let me bring this more to here, and see the directions of the how. Let me deactivate now the mirror, because I don't want to mirror both sides. Yeah, you can remesh as well to have more polygons if you feel like it's too low. I'm going to now inflate. I'm just using, just to, let's say, to polishment, to move this, is just one tool, guys. To make these shapes, I'm just using only one tool in sculpt mode, which is called the grab. Alright, and basically here I'm just using the grab. The grab, it allows you to deform the shape. It's like play dog, you know, rotating and polishing, rotating and polishing. Here we go. So it's like this. And I will add a bit more polygons to this by pressing Ctrl 2. Ctrl 2, and all of this as well, Ctrl 2, Ctrl 2, Ctrl 2, and then I made this more a bit soft. Can you see behind now? It's getting a bit similar, but of course we need to by the time polish even more. The process of making sculpting, I need to tell you, the process of making sculpting, it consists in just two fundamentals. You need to block out the silhouette like I did here. Remember, I made this by focusing on the primitive objects, and then you start to polish. All right, and here we go. Of course, we have here the face, which is something more tricky. That's why it's so important that you try to understand and how a dragon, a baby dragon, would look by side. I tell you that it's important that you try to visualize how it's gonna look. I'm going to duplicate this part here for now, to the front. Okay, so because we have, if you take a look on here, can you see this area? There is a light on here, which means that there is a light and a shadow. This is what is telling to our eyes there is a, you know, a curve going forward, you know. Exactly, Vela, exactly. What I'm doing here, it's a kind of, you know, remember about the vector in Affinity? Guys, it's same process, really. It's same process. That's why, you know, it's not difficult once you see and watch the workflow happening, you know. I know that most of you, oh my god, he makes this look so easy. But yes, this is not so difficult. That's why I'm explaining that you need to have process, you know. If you try, I want to do the eyes right now, it's not the moment to do the eyes. We need to first of all to bring the main shape alive in there, you know. I'm going to make this more to back. The small shoulders I'm going to add right here, like that. Yeah. Hold shift to smooth more, you know. It's a kind of subtract, and then I will make this more like that. Yeah. Can you see now? A rounded shape. you need to be able to recognize the lines. All right, here as well, I'm going to make this part of the head. Now I'm going to polish more the head. Let me change this to another stereo light by pressing F5 in my hotkeys. I like this one most because it makes soft somehow to visualize. You know, can you see? It's looking like a beer, or you know, but the animals follow a kind of pattern. You know, we have the shape, and let's add here. I'm going to modify this area a little bit more. Yeah, we have this small shape going on in there. Then I'm going to resize this like that and duplicate like that. Something like this. If I click here in front, you'll see that our nose needs to be placed more onto here, and the mouth more into here. Small mouth. There is a little bit smile going on here. Can you see this area? Look, there is we need to make this more into smiling, you know. So in order to do that, I will change. Let me deactivate the opacity just for checking. I can move the. Can you see the grab tool? I move this to make a smile. If I make this like that, can you see how the sculpt makes everything changeable very easily? You know, I'm making this to be something more like that. Perhaps make this to be more sharp by sides. Something like this. Now we have this curve, you know, in sculpting. Remember here, if I explain, that's why it's so important that you start to understand the fundamentals, because if you look here, there is a shape, all right, and then there is another shape on here. Let's make this in green and green, and these two shapes together, it is there is a more light going on in this area. Let me show you, just to emphasize more what I mean. There is a more light going on in this part, and another on here. Okay, and in this part here probably is gonna have a shadow. Okay, probably is gonna have a shadow here in the middle, in between. That's why you need to be able to recognize these areas. Okay, I can see the volume just by changing a little bit this part, and this one here probably is gonna be, look at the reference. We have a kind of lips here, a volume of lips. Can you see a shadow? So every time when you see shadow and light, it's gonna have a volume in there. Let's make this more to the front. Can you see now the mouth is happening? I'm going to apply this. I'm still using mouse. Let's make this a bit soft. You need to rotate always, because you need to be able to visualize this in 3D, of course. But here we go. I'm going to make this perhaps more like that, or the mouth shape. And then let's add the teeth, tooth. I'm gonna use a cube. I'm gonna use a cube for now. I need to do this first. I think it's gonna be better to teach you guys. If you press, I'm back. I'm deleting the cube again. If you press Shift, hold Shift and right click, you see the cursor, right? You can see this kind of symbol here. If I press now Shift A and then add a cube, let me resize this cube, of course, and then I press Ctrl 2. This is our teeth. Don't worry, we need to move this and make this as like a teeth. E, S, and then this bottom part, of course, I need to move this more to here, like this. S, and then of course I need to fix. Let me see how the teeth it's gonna look. Yeah, this one here is a bit, no, it's not the perfect, you know, the one that I made here, but you need to be able to adapt for some changes. So being able to make this in 3D, I'm gonna use now the mirror. I wanna mirror this to another side, like that. Here we go. I'm going to make this a bit more. Let me convert this for now. Yeah. And then I'll inflate this a bit more. Oh, sorry, I've applied the mirror. I need you to apply now the subdivision. And then I can go to the sculpt mode and inflate this. I'm getting a bit faster in this TIFF because it's detail, right? And detail is something that takes time. It's a small shape, inner shapes I call this. But yeah, let's keep something like that for now. The bottom, you know, the front sides, for me, I like that. And then here we're going to polish. Remember, this is in this shape, and then I will start to, let me apply this subdivision, and I will apply now the multi-resolution and subdivide this 2 times. The multi-resolution is good because you can keep the kind of low poly. Oh, let me show you. It's not a very low poly at this stage, all right? Because I'm adding more polygons, because to be able to add details, like let's say like this, let me show you. If I want to add details like this line here, let me switch to another view. Perhaps this one is going to be better to show. If I want to add this line detail, I cannot do that if I don't have enough polygons. I need to have polygons to do this. All right, I really need to have polygons because it makes more dense for details. That's why I usually, for example here, can you see? If I try to make that detail again, just show you. Oh look, probably you will not be able to have a very good result. But still, here, can you see? I'm using sculpting in 2 levels, like that. And then now I can use the pencil. The pencil comes when you are, let's say, adding this kind of detail, right? It's very important because now you can have more control. I'm going to make this more to back, like that. And then open more the eye socket. So here it's important that you start to have some kind of anatomy skills. It can be human, animal. Of course, dragon is a mix of animals. It can be a lion with bird. Dragon is fabulous because it's a mix of animals. So here I'm adding the eye socket, like that. Yeah, and then I will make this part here a bit more, a bit bold. Oops, let me reduce this a bit more. Can you see that why it's so important that you rotate? Because you need to see the volume in all sides. I'm now defining this to be more volume here. I want to make this a bit more front view. And this part here, the eye socket, I want to deform this. I'm using for now the grab tool. Okay, yeah, something like this. Can you see that I've here, and let me activate this viewport so it's not going to switch. Yeah, then I'm going to open a bit more the mouth shape, polishing this a bit more, and then make this more like that. It's a separated elements. If you take a look here, can you see? It's that's why block out is good, because of the separation of the elements. Let's add here the eyes, ball here, Shift A, and I'm gonna use the UV sphere, like this one. And here we go. What I'll do, I've added the UV sphere, and I will rotate this top part to be in front. It needs to be like that. Look here, R to rotate, and then you start to move this like that. Then I'm going to resize, of course, and add here. Look, this is going to be the eyes. And I'm gonna use what? In order to apply to another side, which is the technique, of course, mirror here, and let's mirror this from the head. Yeah. So if you take a look here in material preview, you can see we don't have any kind of color, but as we progress, I will apply some kind of material, so you will see a bit better. And then I will change the head shape a little bit more. Here on top, I'm going to decrease to make it a bit flat. Open more the eye socket, and then you start to polish and add even more. Yeah, more results. Oh, he's smiling a little bit. My one is very eyes opened, but you can see already a result happening using this in material. I like this material, soft clay. This is a matte cap, right? I have these options here. I want to also make this available on the Vectorize platform. Here, I will click right click and then click shade smooth. You'll be able now to see the eyes, shade smooth. Here the horn. What I suggest you to do is to add a volume that's going to attach the horn. So look at this. I'm going to add a bit more volume in this part here. Let me use the sculpt to draw. This one here, you can see the draw brush is going to add more volume, and then I will add sort of rounded. Or look how this will become more believable by doing that. I will add this volume here. Now click a couple of times, and now you have a horn being placed in there. Let's make this something like that. You can see if it's too flat, perhaps not going to look so good. Yeah, looks nice now. And here on top, I want to, perhaps I will make this part a bit more by using the scrape brush. The scrape is going to make this more flat. Oh look, I'm making the eyebrows, not eyebrows, it's, yeah, this area here for the eyebrows is a bit more sharp, let's make this sculpt. And then I'm going to add, just by seeing these materials, I can now make this more like that. I'll soften this a bit more, adding the cheek be more like that. Here I will pay attention to this kind of details. Yeah, because my character, this one here, it's kind of looking more to top. He's looking from the bottom, I'd say. And for example, here in very front view, he's kind of looking a bit on top. You can see the angle. So if you rotate here, let me group this. If I rotate this, look the result. Can you see? And then that's why I will press, God help me, but I think it is M. Press M, new collection, and I'll call this as head. There we go. Now I have the the head shape. I mean the group. The ear. Let's work on the ear. Let me go to this. Change a little bit. I like to switch, between materials because somehow my eyes look by seeing this. Oh, look, my eyes start to refresh a bit, and I can start to see some kind of missing areas. I will now change this ear. I will make this in. Let me apply this subdivision. Remember, to apply the subdivision, you must go to the object mode. I'll apply this. Questions? Let me see. This is what I mean. Is there a frame view in Blender where you can see the edges and vertices, but the fill? Let me see. Maybe. You mean Akina is asking? Which? I don't know, guys. I was just drinking my water. Wireframe. You can. I like to see in this wireframe view here. Let me show you. Hold on. You can press Alt C and change to wireframe. But this wireframe is, you can see that it's too dark. I like to go here and click Rondo, and then you can see the wireframe. Yeah. The nice thing about wireframe is that you can see some kind of expression. I can make this look by seeing that. It's look that he's seems evil, but still nice. I'm going to go to solid mode, and here I will apply. Okay, it's fine here. I'm going to start just to add inner part. Let me show you. Inner part. That's going to be kind of this shape. Here. I will add more polygons. But this time, yeah, it's in multi-res. Multi-resolution, just to tell you, it's a little bit different from subdivision. It's a bit more kind of more if you want to sculpt, but keeping the low poly parts. But if you do that with a very primitive object, perhaps you're gonna have some kind of problems. Even for me, it's a kind of hard to understand how Blender applies this. And then here we'll use this scrape just to add this edge. Hold on, I need to add this to be more flat, and then I will pinch this area, just to add a shape here, like the the one that we have behind. Now we'll move this and create a hole, bigger hole, just a small, like that. Then it's not too bad. It's still good. Okay, I will click in right click and click Shade Smooth. Here we go. This ear is a bit out aligned because my 2D concept, it was not kind of, it was not 100% perfect in terms of mirror. But I can rotate this, make this top a bit more sharp, like that. Here we go. Oh, nice and clean. And I will add this script just to make this more polished, just a little bit. Rotating from top. Don't overthinking, just do, because if you think, oh my gosh, should I rotate to left or right, you get kind of, oh my gosh, too much. Just follow your eyes. Your eyes will guide you through the process. I like this. It's not too bad here. I think it's really cool. Very consistent. The head by itself is perfect in terms of visually, it's appealing, and the body now it's still not very good, but we can work with that. Let's make this head a bit more like that, or the bones. Looking from top. Can you see? This is looking the head from top. This is what we are seeing. I can now make this shape more respecting the anatomy. You know, the bones. We have a kind of bone like that. Can you see now? Oh, look, in front we were not able to recognize that shape, but looking from top you can see, you know, because there are bones that keep that muscle in that area. Same from here. We can add a bit more bone on here in this area. I'm just adding. Yeah. Now the nose. I'm going to apply the subdivision that we have. Again, make sure to go to average mode and apply the subdivision, and then I will go to the multi-resolution because I can add the holes, the nose holes here. Let's apply this using now. The sculpt draw is fine. Let me see. It's a kind of this shape. Let me zoom a bit more. I need to be able to understand. Holding Ctrl, you can subtract. If you keep the click like that, you will add. If you hold Ctrl, it's going to subtract. Essentially, it's how you can work with details. And then, it's becoming very fun. I will make this part a bit more kind of sharp and make this more to top. Yeah. Guys, nose is something that's very tricky, so even for me, you need to polish a bit more, and then I'll make this as soft. Right click and shade smooth. Then you're gonna have a nice result. Let's make this part. Hold on, because I want to edit this to be more a bit closed, you know, a bit closed. Yeah, like that. To not look like a pig, piggy nose. I like that. I think it is. It's kind of similar. I just need to reduce a bit. Let's just smooth a bit more. Yeah, now I like that. Not too. It doesn't need to be very strong, you know, because everything that we are doing is kind of smooth. Guys, it's a very, you know, it's a kind of drawing process, you know. It's very, even for me doing and explaining, for me it's very pleasant. That's why I'm kind of very enjoying this kind of process of doing art, but in 3D basically. In the past we needed to do poly by poly. You need to go to the curve, each curve, but now having this sculpting, it's really awesome. And here I want to change this a bit more, adding. Let's apply this subdivision, apply, and then I will add the multi-res. Good. Multi-res. And then I can, later I can kind of merge all of this. Make him smile a bit more, perhaps. Let me soft this tooth here. Yeah. Make this a bit more. What time is it? We are good in time, I think. Making it. Yeah. And then bring the eyes more, perhaps. I think that this area is a bit more open somehow in my design, in my character. Can you see it's the length? There is a space here in between, in this line. So in my one, I think that I need to do a little bit like that if I want to follow, or opening this direction as well. So being artist is more about observations, you know. It's more how you see the shapes and you know, like do something like that. So the distance, the angle of the lines, this is what is really relevant to understand. For instance, here I will be doing something like this, and the shape is not very aligned somehow, but I'll keep this in the middle. Now I think it is nice. Yeah, and then I'm going to start to polish the bottom part. The bottom part, it's kind of tricky because first we need to see the shape. Let me convert this to mesh. We have it now the back like that, but we need to polish in all sides. It's not just one side. And we need to, because it is not. Imagine this being a body, you know. My one here in the back, it's much more rounded somehow, so I'll try to follow this a bit more. And then I will press F1 because I can isolate this, and I have a better kind of responsive view. So in this area, as you can see, we have imagine this being a chest. Okay, imagine this being a chest. This part here, around the front top, you see the back, the chest, more forward, and this more forward. You need to use your eyes, alright, in order to accomplish this. It's more about how you see the anatomy, but in this way, in stylized. Or if you press F1, now it's becoming a bit better. Think about eggs, you know, eggs, but with a bit distortions. You don't need to follow exactly, all right. Here below, there is a bit of distortion here in the shape. You can see the lines in my vector, and here we go. Here the fits, I need to change this a little bit more. It's not very cool. I would activate the mirror, and then I apply something like that. Let me see. It's a baby dragon, so it's going to have this kind of very bold, you know, and little members, little, you know, muscles, I'd say. Here we are. Here I'm going to add a little bit of. Let's try to do this. There's a subdivision. I need to apply this, and then I'm going to use the sculpt draw in order to add more volume, specifically in this part here. And this part is going to be the kind of front view. Here, can you see by side? This is what's going to make the part of the legs, you know, sustain everything, the balance, you know. Yeah, something like that. Let's add a bit more volume here. Yeah. Look at it. Now it's getting a bit better. I will add more polygons, because if I add polygons, you will see that there are some distortions, but we can fix that. I will use the inflate at this moment because I want to make this more like that here. Okay. Add here below. This part, look at the bottom view. The bottom view it's look like that. So even this being a dragon, or you know, it depends about the anatomy, if he's a more human or is more animal, but just explain. You can mix. So here we have a kind of baby feet, you know, happening here. There's something that it's still hard to do in Blender, is to use this the planification. Let me go first. Yeah. And I'll move this to top and make this a bit large. Yeah, I think now it's looking more consistent, but on the belly I'll do some changes. Here you can see the part is more yellow, right? is more yellow. There's one trick that I'll show you. It's very nice, and I wanna see you guys looking in this technique. First, I'm gonna hide this cube. I mean, everything is a cube, but these arms. If I keep this area selected, can you see that I'm using the... I'm gonna use the sculpt for now, the sculpt, and hold Control, but using the mask. Use a mask. This part here, mask. If you paint something like that here, I'm kind of, hey, I want to mask this area like that. And then you can go here, mask, and you can go here, mask, extract, and then you click OK, and you're gonna see that we have a shape that we can kind of extrude that shape, and this shape will be represented by the belly that we have created, basically. So now, as you see, Blender has created this part based on the mask. Can you see? Let me activate back. So we have now the belly shape extracted from that area. Nice, isn't it? Let me make this a bit smaller. I'll keep it in the same position, but yeah, let's keep it for now like that. And then let me change again the view mode here. Question. Here we have a question from Vela. Can you use a type of symmetry? Can you use a type? What do you mean about type of symmetry? You mean during the sculpt, we are here in the sculpt mode, right? We are using a symmetry. This is the mode here, X mode, that we can change, you know, the size of the shapes, you know. And here I'm going to apply the subdivision to soften this a bit more, okay, like this. Yeah, and I will apply as well the subdivision, this part. Can you for both sides earlier when you were softening? I didn't get 100%. I think that's I need to. Can you detail a bit more? Here we go. I just use two forms of mirror, basically. It is by using the modifier, all right? Here, can you see? It's a mirror being applied, and by using the mesh, the sculpt mesh, just like that, you know. I can use here like this, and then you have the mirror being applied direct to that shape that you are working on, you know. And besides that, this is how we use. Let me just apply inflate. I'm going to inflate this. I don't know, because the hands a bit more like this. Here we go. I will increase more the size of the arms because it's a kind of soft and big. Move this more to side. Let's add some horn here in the back. I will move this more to like that. Soft, you know, soft. We are going to move soon. Let me see the time. To just the material, I'm going to apply a very simple material, you know, coloring material. Let me keep this in this way. Here we go. So, and then the tail I will apply like this. Yeah, my friend. I will inflate a bit more this part. I need to use the X. I always like, you know, to zoom in, zoom out, because I can compare. And then I will go here in material parameter just for now. As you can see, we have the viewport shading, and then I'll apply the material. I will apply now this one here. I will answer you, all right, after I just apply the materials. The question about symmetry, I'll click here, material, add new material, and then I will click and apply the green color. I'm gonna make some green like this one. Yeah, this one here, I think this works like this. And then I will apply this one here, and here. Let's apply now in all the objects. Here, and the legs, like this one. Let me just place this to be like that. And I will add here a yellow, with yellow belly, you know, like that. If we go to this, yeah, this one here. Remember about the eyes, people. I think that I taught you guys, I think it was the, which lesson? I forgot. But I will do this again. Let me show you. Remember that we have this topology, these faces. I'm going to go to the edit mode right now, and then I'll click twice to select this area. I'm going to select exclusively. I need to do this manually by holding, or click and hold shift, and then I'm gonna select this area, and then I will click here in new. I'll click new again, because I need to have two materials to make this. One is going to be for this part that's going to be black, right, or black, and then a sign. And another is going to be for the eyes by itself, or like this, you know. Let me turn off the wireframe. Something like this. Nice. And I think that I can increase a bit more somehow. The black area. I will see soon. But let's try to make this orange, this part here, you know, this part. Essentially this one. Create a new material, because I want to make this in orange. Something like this. Let me see. And I will hit up a sign. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah. And what I want to do at this moment, it is to merge, all right, this part here. We have this part, this and this. I suggest you guys to merge, all right. But first, I need to make a backup for this head. I will click here, duplicate collection. It's now duplicated, just for backup. And then I will hold Shift and Ctrl G. And wait, because I need to apply the multi-res in all of this. Just apply, just to not avoid bugs. Apply. And then I press Ctrl J. I've lost the mirror because this mirror is being applied as reference. Okay. You need to. I will save the project, because in case that you have a problem and crash the app. But here, what I want to do, it is to merge, all right, these three parts here. If I move this, look what's happened. Do you know why? Because our mirror, this one is being referenced by the head, but I can just reference this from the horn for now. So just like that for now. Just doing this as a quick solution, okay? Then I can now merge, Ctrl J, yeah, and then in the sculpt mode, we can merge. We can go here and press R to remesh everything. Ctrl R. I hope that my computer will not crash, but now you'll see that we can soft this part here by holding Shift. Can you see? Because we have merged the, that's part. And if you take a look on the wireframe view, everything now it is together. It's not anymore separated like we had before. Remember, it was everything separated, but now it's merged. You need to make sure that the modifiers are applied, because if you try to merge the object with modifiers, it can have problems. That's why you need to duplicate, make a backup, just to make sure that you don't have any kind of bugs, Anyway, let me just go here, and I apply just a material that makes the eyes more shiny, which is the roughness. Yeah, the roughness. The roughness is going to make this more reflected, like this. You see? And then I will apply just some lights, a very simple lights, just for a coloring purpose. Make this big, and soft is a bit more radius. And here we go. Hold on. Oh, press Shift D just to add a color in here. Can be more orange to yellow, just to match with our composition. Okay. Apply this more to back. I will duplicate again and place this more to the front view. Perhaps more like that. Let me hide the reference from the background, and let me just check here. Oh my gosh, this is very fabulous. Let me change the material from this one. And the horn, I almost forgot the horn here. I can duplicate 2 times. Shift D to duplicate, like that. Yes, I will apply this here, something like that here. Yeah, guys, I think that this is our result for now. I will answer your questions, okay, if you have on there. So here you go. I haven't renderized this in terms of placing this. Let me just do this a quick one in the viewport cycles. Here it's a more I need to go to the GPU. Now we have our dragon. I love that. And this final result, I think it's pretty much with our design here. Although I'm not applying texturing, there is some kind of texturing here. Making texture, I made some research about this process. Here in Blender, it's kind of very tricky because you need to do the UV unwrap map, but as I get more experience with that, I will try to make it simple for you guys to understand how the process works, But here we go. This is our final result. Of course, it needs more polishment in some parts, but for the most important part, for them here, I can apply here the let's say a coloring here in this part, but of course I would need to apply this as texturing, all right? But I would need to go to a more deep process. Let me answer your question. Vela asked, let me pay more attention now to the questions. you were smoothing the body on both sides and had to do each side separately. Can you turn on symmetry to both sides at once? Ah, you mean here, for example, if you have the symmetry, all right, being applied in this one, it's going to apply the symmetry of that inner objects as well. So basically the symmetry is going to apply in both sides, you know, if it is enabled, of course. Because if you apply the mirror, let's say you apply mirror, okay, and then you change one, and let me go here first, you change one, it's not gonna change another, can you see? Because the symmetry has been, you know, let's say turn it off. So keep aware about this, okay? To the mirror is going always to reflect to another, you know. If you change one, it's gonna change another. This is how it works. All right. And let me see here, more questions, guys. Do you have? Remember, I'm going to upload soon the add-ons tutorial. All right, I still need just to go to the site and upload, and then on there you learn how to install the add-ons that I use. The 3 ones most important, it's free, okay? And in the other tutorial, we have uploaded the 5 fundamentals tutorials for you to understand about how the things works in the 5D, all right? Mainly using the 2D, and I explain a lot of fundamentals over the decision. So I'm sure that once you get more used to this part of fundamentals, by the time you feel more confident and your end result is going to be better, you know. As you can see, being able to use Blender today, it's really important for artists, I'll be honest, because by doing that I could, you know, grab this as a screenshot and then bring this result into Affinity and then convert this into vector, and then you can work from there, you know. But so far, I think that you guys have learned a lot today with all the basic tools that I taught you. As you can see, to have these results, you don't need to have much complexity work. It's more using your eyes. You're gonna rely about your eyes to have this kind of result, you know. But I'm very happy, you know, very happy to know that I'm able to accomplish this kind of result in what time we are, kind of 1 hour of live, you know. So for me, being able to bring this kind of tutorial in this kind of depth and explaining, I think that for me it's a great achievement, you know. Of course, for some people, because that's, let's say, hey, think that I'm very beginner, right? I'm still learning, right? But I don't hesitate to stop. I will stop to teach because I'm not very experienced in Blender, you know. No, for me it doesn't work that way. I will keep doing these lessons, you know, and then we're gonna have more results, basically. So you can join to the club to support and have more content, okay? And guys, thank you so much for your time, right? For watching this until now. I think that this was a very incredible lesson, and yeah, okay, give it a try and let me know if you guys need any kind of additional help. Okay, guys, thank you, and join to the club. I'll leave the link on the description below. Okay, yeah, no more questions, so here we go. Okay, guys, I have to say goodbye to the next week. We are going to, perhaps let me know if you want to see me recreating some character that I made in Vectorize lessons. I have a lot of characters that I made in 2D, but keeping, you know, making this in 2D and 3D now, it's gonna be a very nice challenge because I will be learning and you also be learning with me. Okay, thank you and bye bye guys. See you. Bye.